What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. In this video, I'm gonna talk about what $1 million plus in payouts across 3 years has taught me. So first of all, I'm Flex. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Belgium. I got Kurdish roots. Background, my parents are actually immigrants. I decided to, trade because I wanted a different life compared to what I was doing. I was working in a restaurant of my dad, and I was working 12 to 13 hours a day for like $1,500 a month. And I was doing the same thing every day. I was waking up, I was going to work, I was sleeping, I was going to work. Like I was even dreaming about going to work. It was not a situation that I saw myself in for the rest of my life. So I decided there's something that has to change. So I decided to start trading. Now, anyways, I'm just gonna tell you guys what $1 million in payout has taught me. Obviously, you can trade as good as you want and you can have the data as you want, but I think experience beats everything. And experience in the markets, the payouts, the denials, the funded accounts you pass, the challenges you blow, and everything comes at a cost. Obviously, that $1 million is not profit. There is some cost attached to it, right? Because you spend money on challenges, it's not free. But obviously, there's a high profit margin in prop firms. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys my biggest lessons from this journey, things nobody told me, and things that I'll do differently if I started again, and why most traders stay stuck. So first of all, I would say 99% of traders focus on the wrong thing. They focus on indicators, they focus on entries, the win rate, the signals, the copy trading, the strategies. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you need to realize that a strategy doesn't matter, your win rate doesn't matter, your indicator doesn't matter, your signals don't matter, copy trading, none of this matters. At the end of the day, all that matters is that you have a correct risk management plan, you have patience, you have discipline, you have consistency, and your psychology is intact. Now, people always tell me, like I get this so much, is that my psychology is fucked up, but I'm a profitable trader. That's impossible. There's no way you can be a profitable trader and your psychology is fucked up. The only reason, and this is just like bare honesty because I've been through it myself, the only reason why your psychology is fucked is one, you don't have a job, so you don't have any income, so you're in a rush to make money. Or the second one is that you literally don't have any data and you're just free flowing your trade. You don't have any plan, you don't have any risk management, you don't have any data, you don't know what's next, you don't know what to do when the charts open, you don't know what you're supposed to look for. There's so many ways you can actually be profitable and not even worry about emotional aspect. Like if you actually let's take it like this, yeah. If you look at Formula One is a billion, maybe even $1 trillion industry. I don't know how much it is, but they rely on data. They rely on systematic data, mathematics. And if you think that your strategy and your data comes from strategy, comes from backtesting, comes from live trades, which is also why I always say data is the most important thing. Your data is backed by mathematics, right? If you have 100 trades, your win rate is a specific percentage, your average risk reward is a specific one, your average losing streak, your average winning streak, your best day, your worst day in terms of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, not Saturday, in terms of your best session, your worst session, your longest win streak, your longest losing streak. All of those things matter so much because that's the way you limit yourself. You need to realize that you don't increase your win rate by winning more, you increase your win rate by losing less, right? Winning is easy, hitting take profit is easy, but the biggest important thing is actually journaling the trades and looking back at why you lost. Because majority of the time people, they take a loss and then they just continue, and you can't just wake up one day and become profitable, or you can't just wake up one day and stop doing the same mistakes. You have to journal. Like if you go crash with your car, there has to be a reason. Like obviously if someone hit you, there's a different story, but if you've done something stupid, or you're drifting, or I don't know, you're doing something that is just not what it's supposed to be, then you just think about it and you said, if I didn't do this, then I wouldn't have crashed, right? And if you didn't take this trade because of XYZ, then you wouldn't have stopped out, right? So stuff like that is very important. Now also another thing is the market pays patience, right? Biggest trades often come from waiting. There's a lot of times that happened with me as well back in the day, sometimes even still does happen, is that I know that I have specific zones and I have to wait to these specific zones, and sometimes you're just not patient enough. You can't just wait for that specific zone. But I know if I trade to that specific zone, you have this idea in your head that, let's say you mark a demand zone, that you think you're gonna short towards a demand zone, for example, or it doesn't really matter what the example really is. At the end of the day, you have to be patient enough to go to that demand zone. Like most people do, and this is what I see a lot in my Discord as well, which is why I stopped telling people to do this and actually change the way and the perspective of my analysis, is that I won't trade until price is coming to my demand. And what most people have is they'll try to trade towards the demand because they have no patience. Because sometimes my demand can be hit in Asian session, sometimes it can be in New York session, sometimes it can be late New York session. It doesn't really matter what time perspective or time frame you're in. The most important part is that most people already breach reach their daily loss or their whole account by the time we get to that zone. And then from that zone, we start pumping and it gives you a nice trade, but you're not able to take that trade, right? So that's the most important part. Like most losses come from just forcing trades because you're not patient enough, you're bored, you're FOMO entering, and you're just over trading, you know? The more money I make, the less I traded. Like literally trading is so boring that I don't enjoy trading. Like literally there hasn't been a day where I enjoy trading, or there hasn't been a day where I enjoy backtesting. But at the end of the day, it has to be done. Like we're adults, right? We're majority of people are watching are between 18 and 25, or maybe 18 and 30. You need to realize that some things in life you just don't want to do, but you have to do it, right? If you want to be profitable and you want to be making money, you want to have the location freedom, time freedom, and whatnot, then you have to do specific things. And there's not a shortcut of profitability, right? You're not gonna wake up one day and be profitable and not need your data and not need discipline and not need your patience. You can be the best trader you are, but as soon as you drop all those plans and your rules and whatnot, then you just become the worst trader, right? Now, also a thing what I want to mention is risk management change everything. You need to make sure that you protect your capital. That's the most important part. And this is a saying that I say so much, but people understand so less. You need to think about it like this. Let's say you have a $150,000 funded account with TopStep, right? Let's say you withdraw $1,000 every week, right? So that's $4,000 a month. You blowing that account loses you $4,000 a month. That's how you should think. And in a year, it's $48,000. And this is like $1,000 on a 150K account. That's like barely anything. Like that's not even 1%, right? Every week. But let's say you make 2K, so we'll say it's 1.5% a week. Like that's very achievable, right? So you need to understand that you're giving up $4,000 a month just because you're blowing that account. And that's something you need to understand. That's why protecting capital is so important, because you're actually giving away money because you just don't want to wait, or you can't survive the bad weeks, or you can't think long term, or you're just trading on one trade. You're thinking on 1 month. Like one trade doesn't mean anything. 1 month doesn't mean anything. You can be unprofitable for a month. That is completely fine. It's part of the game. You know, some people need to realize that it's fine. And as long as you protect your capital, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone will have bad days and every strategy will have bad runs, and you will be having losing streaks, and it will take a long time sometimes to just go through that losing streak. But at the end of the day, the key part is just surviving that and actually, you know, being able to have bad days and not give a fuck. Now, also another reason is why most traders say break even is because they have no review process, no accountability, no structure. They make emotional decisions and constant strategy hopping. For example, yesterday I was in my Discord talking to a guy who recently joined my Discord, and he said, you know, I've been struggling so much. He's been profitable for a month, and in 2 months he blew the whole account. So imagine for 30 days you're mad consistent. Let's say you make 5K in 30 days, right? Or let's say you make 10K in 30 days, and then within 2 days you blow that. Like that's why you will like forever stay in that loophole, because at the end of the day, it's all patience and not being greedy, being happy with what you get, and that's it. Like there's no holy grail, there's no YouTube strategy addiction, there's no mastering one model, you can't make endless money. At the end of the day, you need to realize like this, let's say you have a $10,000 balance profit, you want to make 2K extra. At some point you're risking that 10K to make 2K extra. Is that worth it? Like I literally had this in my last video. If you saw my trade breakdown, if you guys didn't, check that out because there's some value in that as well. But I literally said you're giving away money, which is significantly more risking to make a bit less money. Like you're risking 10K to make 2K. I think in that video I said you're risking 2K to make $500, and I don't think that's worth it. You need to look at the bigger aspect and the bigger picture, right? You know, most traders aren't losing because they have a bad strategy. They're losing because they never stick to one thing, and they also never stick to their risk management. They never stick to their plan, right? Now, another thing is funded accounts change my life. I don't care what anyone says. I don't condone live account ever unless you're profitable, you have multiple payouts, you're compounding your payouts, and you have buffers, and you want to trade on the side, then okay. But as long as you never got money out of the markets, I don't condone live accounts. Funded accounts are the best thing ever. It's access to capital. You can scale without risking huge amounts because it's never your own money. If you lose, it's not your own money. If you win, it's always your own money. So it's a win-win, right? It's like a money glitch. You lose, you don't lose. You win, right? Obviously, you have a profit split, but you only lose the challenge fee. That's it. But if you win fucking money. Exactly, like, you know? And trading became a business once I started trading funded accounts, because at the end of the day, it's just expenses, it's revenue, and it's profit, right? That's it. And then you look ways to eliminate your expenses by obviously buying less accounts, by being more profitable, keeping accounts for longer time, and then you just increase your revenue by increasing your profit by more accounts. You know, and then your payouts become consistent. I remember my first payout, it was only $2,000 or something like that. I think it was like 3 years ago. I think it was $1,900 with Funded X, my first CFD payout with Funded X. I was actually the first payout with them as well. I don't trade with them anymore though, but like that was their first time launching, and I was super happy. I gave the money away straight to my mom instantly, and that was the day I realized this can become an income. Like that's the day also I built my confidence up, because the next month I instantly did 20K a month from 2K. And I think like that's also key. It doesn't matter what your first payout is. I think the most important part is that you just get a payout, and you just get that feeling of how a payout feels, right? That's the most important part. I was just looking at Nasdaq, it dropped like crazy. Same with gold. That's what I was looking at. But anyways, you know, the hardest part of not the strategy. It's the psychology, it's the fear, it's the greed, it's the revenge trading, it's the impatience, it's the overconfidence, it's just all in all everything. The strategy gets you funded, your psychology, your risk management, your plans, that's what keeps you funded. And the most important part is keeping funded. Everyone can become funded. It's easy. You bought a challenge twice, yeah, $1,500 and you're funded. Like it's not that deep. It's super easy. But actually keeping the accounts, getting payouts, that's what's achievement. Now, what did $1 million actually give me? Like I see a lot of people online, they have different perspectives, but for me, it's freedom. I have freedom, I have time, I can take care of my family, I can take care of my parents, I can take care of my sisters, brother, whoever I need to take care of, I can. And I can make any choice I want. I don't have that pressure of, on that money pressure, and I have peace of mind. I haven't made $1 million to flex cars, watch a status. Like, of course, I have an M5 competition. I bought that shit cash. But that's because of a passion for cars. And I wanted that car so bad. And I just bought it because I can afford it, obviously. But I think just being my own boss, being able to help my family, especially my mom. My mom is sick. My mom can't work. So someone had to provide. And I was that guy. For over 2.5 years, I've been providing for my mom. And my mom has been working. Alhamdulillah, that's something I'm very proud of. And not everyone can say that. And I'm very happy of that. But that's just, you have to grind. Like, I mean, if you're not gonna do it, who's gonna do it? You cannot rely on other people. You cannot think that someone else in your family is gonna do that. Like you always have to think for yourself. And as much as you like people in your family, not everyone thinks the same. Not everyone is made for entrepreneurship, or not everyone is made for taking care of other people. So that's really that important key part. Now, if I lost everything tomorrow, what would I do? I would just simply stick to one setup, one model, one market, one risk plan, one journal. One setup, my 50-minute entry model, my 50-minute supply and demand zone, 1-minute entry model with liquidity inducement. That's actually my model. One market, which is gold, one risk plan, which is obviously my risk management plan, and one journal, which is how I data collect. No indicators, no shortcuts, no gambling. I know what it takes to be profitable. I know that there's a specific time. Like, becoming profitable won't take a year. If you realistically lock it will take you 3 to 6 months to become profitable from scratch. I'm saying from scratch. Obviously, there's a big difference. Like, someone can become profitable in 3 months if they have a job and they have money and they are hungry, but you can also become profitable in a year when you're hungry but you don't have a job. Like, there's a big difference. The hunger is important, but if you don't have money to sustain your life, to sustain your bills, to sustain buying challenges, and it's pointless how hungry you are, because it doesn't matter how hungry you are. If you don't have the money, then the emotion will just fuck you up. Now, these are the things that I wish someone told me earlier, which is stop rushing, stop comparing yourself. I know a lot of people, they see stuff online, people in Dubai flexing money, but I'm gonna tell you guys, like, I've been in Dubai, I've met a lot of people. 99% of them are fake. They don't trade. It's all affiliation, it's all affiliate money, it's all commission, it's all mostly fake broker statements. Like, mostly they are fake. Like, just tell them to rise a payout, like an actual payout with a good firm. Like, with TopStep, you can't be affiliate payouts. FCMO, you can't have affiliate payouts. Firms like these, Funding Pips, you can't have affiliate payouts. Like, firms like these, Alpha Futures, you can't have affiliate payouts. Like, stuff like these, you should ask them people. Like, not, these affiliate prop firms, don't ask payouts from them. Ask payouts from legit prop firms. There's a reason people don't trade legit prop firms, right? So that's why you shouldn't compare yourself to those people, because 99% people are just making money with mentorship. They're making money with affiliation and barely making money with trading. They probably do make money with trading, but like, why most traders succeed faster, which is also what I was saying, is guidance. If you have someone who guides you, like, I don't guarantee shit, but if you come and listen to me for 3 to 6 months, there's no way you will not become profitable. Like, now anyway, that's gonna be what I would do, and those are the things that taught me. If you're currently break even, or if you're tired of blowing accounts, if you're tired of jumping from strategy to strategy, the problem isn't another setup. It's having nobody showing you exactly how to do it and what you're doing wrong. That's exactly why I built my mentorship. Again, you guys know I was inactive for 2 months, but it's back up again. One-on-one access, Discord community, trader reviews, accountability, and a complete 3-month, 3-phase roadmap, which will tell you exactly how to become profitable. And I will literally hold your hand like a fucking baby and make you profitable. That's literally my goal. So if you're serious about that, you can go to the link in the description. There's a first link to my website. I made a new website specifically for you guys. Just apply to that and I will reach out to you within 24 hours because I'm fast as fuck, boy. Anyways, that was the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. This huge drop is gonna be another trade breakdown for you guys, so there will probably be another trade breakdown coming soon. I'm very active back on YouTube, so make sure you guys show some love, like, comment, subscribe, and whatnot. Trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by August, by my birthday. That will be solid. So yeah, take it easy.